Alright, Doozer shop here. It's early Sunday morning, and I wanted to kind of give you guys an update of some of the stuff I've been working on. Let me take you handheld, and we'll get right into it. Alright, so ongoing projects. I still have the engine to put back together for the 53 International half-ton pickup. If you remember, the 220 engine dropped a valve. I bought a 264 engine with low miles, but it had taken on some water, so I took it apart and got new piston rings and new bearings, and it's going to go in there shortly. So this is the 53, also 1953 International fire truck. I've got new tires for this all the way around. I got 4 brand new back tires. I had some new old stock front tires. This engine runs and drives and shifts fine, so that's coming. The hardest part is going to be to take those old tires off and wire brush the heck out of them rims, acid etch them and paint them. So that's not too bad. The R185 International got new tires and new rims around, all the way around. I still got the spare gas tank in there under the hood, a 2-gallon tank, but I got the carburetor sorted out so it starts and runs just with the turn of a key. I got the master cylinder rebuilt. I just got to still bleed the brakes, and eventually I want to pull all the wheels and maybe put new wheel cylinders in it and find brake hoses, or so you can get brake hoses for the half-ton, and the fittings are a little different for the wheels on that one, but you know, if you got a lathe and you can cut threads, you can make anything fit. So I'm not too worried about that. And these have like dual wheel cylinders, I'm pretty sure. I know the back does for sure. But anyhow, that's coming up. I'm so happy that runs and drives, and it's got a battery in it now, and you can just hit the key and fire it up. That's a storage shed. What do you call those? Carport sheds. I've got the tin and everything for it. I'm going to put it down the other side of the shop so I can park my tractors under it. Hey Doozer, what's going on there? Well, that's my buddy Angel's Ford Ranger. You might have seen in the air compressor video. Angel was helping me. Well, I don't think he was in the camera, but you heard his voice. But he had an engine with a knock in that Ranger, and he got another engine. So you might know, and the gantry, like I said, is key to all this, you know, doing stuff. Once you have a gantry, I mean, get you in frame there in the shop, it opens up so many more possibilities. I can't speak this morning because it's early. So we went to Angel's house. He started tearing the engine down. It had a knock that was intermittent, and we still didn't find it. I think he got one head off. I think it's a drop valve on the other side. But he found an engine for $1,000 that ran from a Ranger. So anyhow, that works. So we dropped off the compressor, right? The big yellow compressor that was on the trailer for 6 months, maybe 5 months. We took it to my buddy Hubby. He's got a junkyard not but 5 miles away, and I just gave it to him, and we barter back and forth for parts or whatever. So that's out of my life. 6,000 pounds of stuff I didn't need. So we did that yesterday. Went to Angel's house, winched the truck back up on here. I really need to put my electric winch on the trailer. That's another thing for another day. But again, I pull in the yard, you know, with the truck, and then I switch to the New Holland because it's so much more versatile to maneuver. It's just freaking awesome. Love it. Love this New Holland. Yeah, I can't believe I did without it for so long. But anyhow, let me show you just a little bit about what we're doing. It looks kind of ugly, but I made this hitch. Goes on the 3-point arms. It's got that crossbar that you can buy those. And yeah, I could put a ball in there, but this is the up-down, right, with the 3-point. So I just got a piece of, I think it's 8-inch, 10-inch channel. Cut the little corners, and this piece of square tube is just to take up the forces on the third link there. And I think that's the big ball, 2 5/16, and that's 2 inch or 1 7/8. I don't know, but that's super handy because you just, you pull the lever and bam, you hook up and you just pick it up and drive away. So when I first got the tractor, that was one of my, first inventions there that I've made up. But super nice trailer. It's got the drop in it for low height, and it's the tilt deck, so it makes loading a breeze. Man, we got this truck sucked right up to the spare tire there. But anyhow, let me kind of show you real quick what Angel and I have been up to. Beautiful fall day here in North Carolina. Beautiful. There's the new engine. We worked till it got dark last night, and we said, let's call it quits and finish it this morning. So this is a 3-liter V6, and I think he drove an hour to get it. Paid $1,000, and the motor mounts were a little different, so we just took the motor mounts off the old engine. No biggie. Let me climb. Go up here. So that's what it looks like, right? Automatic transmission. You line your bolts up and everything. Pretty straightforward every other aspect of this. And you can see, where is it? I don't know where I'm pointing here. The motor mounts, yeah, studs there. It just sets down on there. So we got a jack onto the transmission. We jacked at the transmission 2 or 3 inches higher so we can get all the torque converter bolts and everything in the bell housing, and then we're just going to let it down on the studs, is how that works. So that's all hunky-dory. Yeah, it should be a fairly straightforward swap. Get down off of there. But there it is, man. This is a cute little engine. And like I said, the key is to have the gantry. Man, this is, I think it's like 13, 14 feet under the beam. So that's pretty cool. So I used the Chevy truck to do all the pulling. That 5-speed is super nice. It's granny gear first and overdrive 5th. And forklift, and I got to park the car over there because I can't get out with the house where I park it by the house. So let me kind of show you the old engine. I got it flopped over, been taking the motor mounts off. So this is one cute little V6, 3-liter. A lot of Rangers came with the 4-liter, but this is the 3. And I wouldn't mind having a Ranger with this engine. I prefer not to have an automatic. Have a little 5-speeder. But there it is. It's hard to see, but compared to a V8, maybe it's similar to a 302, but there's your hand, my hand, for comparison with the cylinders. They're pretty tiny, but little itty-bitty flywheel. I'm surprised. Probably only has a 9-inch clutch on. Well, it's an automatic, but if it were standard, I just like a standard or straight drive, as they call them in the South. Anyhow, that's that. The forklift, the battery went dead, and the alternator must not be charging. I got to check it out. It's a Korean-made Clark. It's a GP series, GPS. What's the motor? Mitsubishi motor? I think it's a Mitsubishi motor. So I don't know if it's a Nippon Denso alternator or if it's what it is. But it's got a new battery, and then it went dead. I was like, what the heck? So I'll get on to that. Anyhow, those are the old tires for my fire truck. Got to get rid of them, and we got parts and tools everywhere here in front of Doozer shop. Yeah, I got I-beams and I got lumber. I should move this because it looks kind of terrible in front, and maybe I will when I get a minute. There's the mighty gantry doing the work on Angel's Ford Ranger. So I thought I'd give you a quick update. Until next time, this is Doozer's Shop.